might be other spots in town where we've got, or had, two 18-inch culverts that are now, you know, this much clear space in them where we may need to look at them one way or the other, so. I hate to say, you know, refer to the highway committee, but to do an inventory, I think now would be a good time to do it so that if any of this funding starts to migrate one way or the other, or, you know, kind of augment itself, we can say, yeah, either we do or we don't, and go from there. Luckily, I've got two retired gentlemen on my highway committee, one of which likes to ride around in his four-wheeler. Maybe the other one will take notes, I don't know. I mean,
on number 8, I wanna make a motion that the culvert inventory discussion go to the highway committee for further discussion, and the chair bring back that information at a future special board meeting or regular town board meeting. Is there a second?
I second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Can I go home now?
Pretty close. Well, not really. Discussion and possible action on concerns of ditching and, what do you call the ponds back there? Infiltration ponds on the airport grounds.
Can we just call them stormwater ponds?
Oh, Lord. Anything you wanna bring up, Al?
Well, this is one of the things that we need to discuss with the state and the engineering firm. My concern is, we don't wanna do anything that they're gonna turn around and wanna back charge us for.
Exactly.
We don't want the town or the airport to be liable for anything. We wanna open a discussion with them just to point out the problem areas. And ask them, you know, what can we do to remediate these situations? You know, we've got some pretty deep areas there. And for the most part, you know, the water wouldn't stand there very long, because this is all sand. The problem that brings up the concerns more than anything is in this kind of weather that we get, where we get a freeze thaw. You know, now if we got a bunch of cold, and we had a freeze again, and now rain on top of that, there could be some water in those areas. And we just wanna look at that and see what we can do to maybe spread that out, make it maybe not so deep. Down on the end, where the red thing is after you make the turn, you know, he comes out his door and he's got an 8-foot drop, you know.
I still can't believe it.
Is there something we can do, have them modify what they've done and put a swale down the side, you know, where we have the same area, gross area, but not concentrated in one spot. And these are things that we need to look at, and that's one of the things that we want to discuss at the next commission meeting, to see what's possible.
I suppose that we should probably put that off on the commission until we get further information.
Yeah, I mean, their project, their development, you know.
Okay, I'll move to table, I'm making a motion to table number 9 until we get further information back from the airport commission after their next meeting, which is March 13th.
I'll have to double check that.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Number 10, update on the 2023 disaster reimbursement. Is that it for-
Yeah, I've been in touch with Scott Johnson, our assembly rep for this area, and he's been working on this in the assembly, and we've gotten notification actually now from the Wisconsin Disaster Fund that a new, and to back up, we've got, what was the figure, Laura, 68,000, 50, it's 59 or 68,000, something like that, from the, on a 70-30 split reimbursed to us. And they ran out of money like 3 months after the program started. So we received notice that, sorry, but we're out of money. So we talked with Scott Johnson, expressed our displeasure with this, as did other communities in the area. They've now gone back, and I think the figure is 3 million or 3.4 million, and they only had 750,000 originally in this. So now they've approved $3.4 million of additional funds for this, and we've got notification we should be getting our 59 or 68, whatever the figure is, $1,000. They didn't attach any timing to it yet, but at least it's a good step that there's funds out there. One of the things that they advised us though, and Scott came back and told us, is that's gonna dry up real quick because of all the communities that had disasters and things. The 3.4 is just gonna cover the 23 stuff. It's gonna dry up again for 24, so if we have another major incident, we're gonna probably go through the same type of cycle again. But the good news is, we will get this money at some point coming up here. They haven't given us exact dates yet, but that was a big hole in our budget if we didn't get it, so it's a good thing that we are getting it, so. If they, assuming they follow through with what they've told us.
Any further discussion?
If you end up talking with Representative Johnson, can you see if Governor Evers actually declared an emergency as a result of that, a formal, or whether the funding was just made available through the WEM program? Thanks.
If he didn't, there's a reason for you asking that. If he did, then what?
Future funding related
Huh.
potentials.
Any further discussion? Number 11, discussion and possible action on the date, time, location for the annual meeting. When is it?
April 19th? 16th?
16. Laura emailed us at the end of January and I just asked her to put it on the agenda so we could discuss it if we wanted to. Historically, it's been the third Tuesday of April at 6 o'clock, which would make it the 16th at 6.
At the school.
At the
Again,
school.
this isn't our board meeting, other than I
School?
think you have to call it to order or someone, but
Is there an election, not for this, but is there an election, general election in April?
5th,
The 2nd.
2nd,
Second, okay.
schools.
But if you change the date, the time, or the location, any of those three, you have to post it. If you don't change any of them, you technically do not have to post anything. It's automatically assumed it's the same third Tuesday, the same time, and the same location.
But you'll post it.
Yeah, we can still post it, but you don't have to, is what the state statute or what the Wisconsin Towns Association said. So I was just trying to be proactive to find out from the school if that time and date is available.
Did you check?
No, because we put it on the agenda, so I didn't know if we were changing the date or anything at all.
No reason to change the date.
I don't think so, unless somebody has a conflict.
Okay. I'll check with the school.
All done?
Tax,
Number 12, please take notice that the town board of Palmyra may move into closed session pursuant to state statute 19.85, paragraph 1, sub C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, specifically discussing the reappointment of the town clerk and creation of a new employment agreement for the town clerk treasurer. 13, you're further notified that at the end of the closed session, the town board of Palmyra may convene an open session pursuant to state statute 19.85, paragraph 2, state statutes for possible additional discussion and action concerning any matter discussed in closed session. Folks?
Motion to go into closed session and include the town clerk.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?